Okay, good afternoon, all of you. In today's session of MBA BBA ratio, in this session, first we'll just in this session mainly we'll just discuss what is actually ratio. See, you all are aware that fractions, decimals, and percentages are very closely related. So if you say 1 by 2, then it's a fraction. If you say 0.2, it's a decimal. Excuse me, 0.5. Like if you say 1 by 2, okay, if you say 1 by 2, it's a fraction. If you say 0.5, it's a decimal. And if you say 50%, if you say 50%, then it's a percentage. So if you write 1 by 2, that means you are writing it as a fraction. If you say 0.5, you are writing it as a decimal. And if you say 50%, that means you are writing it as a percentage. So you are aware of this, that fraction, decimal, percentage, they all have this very close relation. So a fraction can be written as a decimal, it can also be written as a percentage. Now there is another way of writing it. You can write it as 1:2. So basically what we do is that depending on the context, we okay. So depending on the context, okay, depending on the context, we decide which one we want. Do we want a fractional representation? Like, sometimes we want to say that the man gave half of his property. Suppose I want to say that the man gave half of his property. The man gave half of his property to his elder son. So half is a fraction, right? Sometimes we say it is better if we use decimal. So we say that certain number is 0.5 times of some other number, and the man gave 50% of his property to his elder son. So sometimes we prefer that. Now, when do we use ratio? Okay. See, ratio we usually use when we compare two quantities. So actually, whether you say 1:2, 1 by 2, 0.5, 50%, all of them means the same thing. But we use ratio when we want to compare two quantities. So whenever the thing comes that you have to compare two quantities, then we use ratio. So, like say for example, if I say like this, that the amount of money the man gave his elder son as compared to the total money which the man had, right? The amount of money which the man gave to his elder son as compared to the total money which the man had is 1:2. So when we want to compare two quantities, we use ratio. Now in ratio, what we do is like 2:3 is 2 by 3. In ratio, what we do is normally we take the ratio as x, and then we do some calculation depending on what is the sum. Like suppose, let's say it's there's a question. Okay, suppose there's a question that ratio is 5:3, and difference is 10. So ratio is 5:3 and difference is 10. So the question is, you have to find out the product. Okay, there are two numbers, the ratio is 5:3 and the difference is 10. You have to find the product. So what you can do is you can take the two numbers as 5x and 3x. So the difference is 10. So x will be 5. And you have to find the product. So the product is 5x into 3x. So 15 into x squared. So 375. So this is what we normally do, is that this is what we normally do when you are having a ratio. We normally take the two quantities, like a is to b, we can take one as ax and other as bx. This is what we normally do in any ratio sum. So based on this, I am giving you the homework. So the first question of the homework, the ratio of two numbers is 3:4 and the LCM is 180. So what is the first number? Okay, ratio of two numbers is 3:4 and LCM is 180. So what is the first number? Options are 60, 45, 15, 20, 25. Okay, then question number 2, the income ratio of A is to B is 3:2 and expenditure ratio of A is to B is 5:3. If the savings of A and B is equal to 1000 each, then what is A's income? So what is A's income? That is the question. So if the income ratio of A is to B is 3:2, expenditure ratio is 5:3, and savings of A and B both are 1000, then what is A's income? So options are 3000, 4000, 6000, 9000 and 4500. Okay, question number 3. The ratio of milk is to water is 4:1. In 40 liters of milk, the ratio of milk is to water is 4:1. How much water should be added to make it 2:3? Options are 20 liter, 32 liter, 40 liter, 30 liter, 35 liter. And the fourth question. Okay, question number 4. The speeds of 3 cars are 2:3:4 ratio. So what is the ratio between time taken to travel the same distance? Options are 2:3:4, 4:3:2. Okay, you can submit the homework by 9 p.m. on Thursday. I'll end the meeting. Bye all of you.